Welcome to Ritual and Remedy RX. Drum of the earth, breath of the body, spirit awakening with Dr. Janelle Clayton. Medicine flows through bone and breath, through roots and rhythm. Remember your body, remember your medicine, remember who you are. Ritual and Remedy RX.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Ritual and Remedy. I'm Dr. Janelle, and this podcast is a space where we explore healing and the intersection of wellness, ritual, embodiment, and real life. I'm a chiropractor, a healer, a guide, and someone who has spent many years working in health and wellness spaces. But I'm also a woman who has had to learn, sometimes the hard way, that healing just isn't about doing more. Sometimes the hard way, that healing isn't just about doing less. Sometimes healing is about rest. This episode feels like the perfect place to start our journey together because we're recording during Women's History Month and March 10th, which is the National Day of Rest for Black women. And that idea, rest for Black women, is actually much deeper than it might sound at first because historically, Black women have been expected to be strong, resilient, productive, and constantly giving, and rarely have been encouraged to pause, breathe, recover, or simply be. So today we're going to talk about rest as medicine, as ritual, and what rest means to me as a 40 something woman of color working in healthcare. I'll share what I've learned, how my relationship to rest has changed over time, and 10 ways you can observe the National Day of Rest for Black women and truly honor yourself and the women you love in the process. Women's History Month is often about celebrating accomplishments. We celebrate women who have achieved incredible things in politics, science, medicine, art, motherhood, and culture. And that celebration matters. But there's another story that deserves space too. And that is the story of how much women have cared and carried the emotional labor, the caregiving, and the invisible work, the expectations to always hold things together. For Black women especially, there is a long history of being positioned as the backbone of families, communities, movements, and workspaces. But being the backbone often means carrying more than anyone should have to carry alone. One of the things I've been reflecting on lately is this. What if honoring women's history also meant honoring our right to rest? What if the next chapter of women's history includes more softness, more restoration, more nervous system healing, and more permission to slow down? Because we don't have to prove our worth just through exhaustion. Working in healthcare, I've spent years in environments where productivity is everything: appointments, patients, schedules, responsibilities. And there's often an unspoken message that being busy equals being valuable. For a long time, I believed that message. I pushed myself constantly. I tried every wellness practice you can imagine. I climbed in my career, literally and metaphorically. And I believed that if I just kept doing more healing practices and self improvements, eventually I would feel balanced. What I eventually learned is that my nervous system didn't need another practice, it needed permission to rest. That realization changed so much for me. Rest isn't just sleep. Rest is realizing the pressure to constantly perform. Rest is stepping out of survival mode. Rest is allowing the body and the mind to return to a place of safety. As a woman in my 40s, my relationship with rest has completely shifted. In my 20s and 30s, I believe rest was something you earned after working hard, after accomplishing enough, after taking differently. Rest is actually the foundation for everything else. Rest supports our nervous system, our hormones, our emotional clarity, our creativity, and our spiritual connection. Rest has become one of the most important rituals, not just physical rest, but mental rest, emotional rest, energetic rest, and the ability to say no when something doesn't align with my well being. Learning to choose myself has been one of the most powerful lessons of this chapter of my life. And I want that for other women too, especially women of color in caregiving professions and healing spaces who have been conditioned to always give more. So, if you want to honor March 10th, the National Day of Rest for Black women, here are 10 simple ways to observe it. 1. Cancel something. Cancel something that isn't necessary. Give yourself permission to remove one obligation from your schedule. 2. Sleep longer or take a nap. Deep sleep is one of the most powerful forms of healing we have. 3. Spend time in nature. Let your body regulate through sunlight, fresh air, and quietness. 4. Turn off notifications and step away from constant digital stimulation. 5. Nourish your body slowly. Make a meal, a smoothie, tea, and actually take time to enjoy it. 6. Move gently through your body with stretching, slow yoga, or relaxed walk. 7. Take a bath or create a calming shower ritual that helps your body unwind. 8. Journal about what your body needs right now without judgment. 9. Practice doing nothing for a while, which can feel surprisingly difficult in a culture that celebrates constant productivity. And 10. Reflect on what you can release moving forward because rest is not just a single day, it's a shift in how we live. Through my work as a healer, I've learned that the body is incredibly intelligent, but the body cannot heal when it is in constant pressure. When we slow down, something remarkable happens. Our breathing changes, our nervous system softens, our thoughts become clearer, and we reconnect with ourselves. So when we talk about rest for Black women, we are not talking about laziness. We are talking about restoration. We are talking about reclaiming energy and healing generational patterns of overwork. Before we close today's episode, I want to leave you with our ritual and our remedy. The ritual is the moment where we slow down and reconnect with ourselves. And the remedy is the practice you can take into your life that is this week, this month, or maybe even this year. It's something simple, supportive, and healing because healing really happens all at once. It happens in small moments of awareness, rest, and intention. Today's ritual is permission to pause. Find a comfortable place to sit or lay down. Close your eyes. If that feels safe, orientate yourself to the room before you close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let your shoulders soften. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Take another deep breath. And quietly say to yourself, I release the pressure to do more. Breathe in. I honor the wisdom of rest. Breathe out. My body deserves recovery. Take one more breath at your own pace and imagine your nervous system softening. This is your permission to pause. This is your ritual of rest. Today's remedy is a 20-minute reset. Sometime today or this week, set a time for 20 minutes. Turn off your notifications, step away from distractions, and during those 20 minutes, you are not allowed to be productive. You can lay down, stretch, sit quietly, take a slow walk, or simply close your eyes and breathe. Let your nervous system remember what calm feels like. Sometimes the most powerful tool isn't another practice, it's simply space. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your body, honor your nervous system, and remember, rest is medicine. I'm Dr. Janelle, and this is Ritual and Remedy. I'll see you in the next episode.
Where healing becomes ceremony. Earth below, sky above, medicine rising through my blood. Where science meets spirit and healing becomes real. Body awaken, spirit alive, the medicine lives inside. Ritual and remedy inside. Ritual and Remedy RX. This is a space for transformation, for truth, for embodied wisdom. Ritual and Remedy RX. Align your body. Awaken your medicine.